Hello everyone, welcome to Jackie Does Stuff. I'm Jackie and I do stuff. And today I'm finally going to show you a smoothie. So a bunch of this is from the CSA this week and some of it is from last week. I like to use the smoothie to kind of like use things up. And to use up a lot of these greens because I love greens, but I just don't eat that many like salads or anything that has actual proper leaves in it. So this is a really good way of using of actually getting leaves into my mouth. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 cup of oat milk. I like oat milk because I do still like milk, like dairy products and whatnot, but I just not a big fan of factory farming and whatnot. And once I discovered an alternative milk that I like, because I don't particularly care for like almond milk or coconut milk or, well, we use coconut milk but mostly for curry and whatnot, but oat milk is just like exactly the kind of milk that I like. I don't drink milk, but I use it for things like this, for smoothies. If I ever eat cereal, which I don't really, but if I do eat cereal, I have it with this. Like, once I discovered oat milk, I discovered I don't really need milk, unless I'm doing something like making cheese or whatever, but I haven't done that in a very long time. But maybe soon, question mark? I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna add 1 cup of milk. Is that right? Yeah, this is the cup side. All right, so I'm gonna add 1 cup of milk. I don't know if this is the right amount, but this is what I tried last week, measuring up to the 1 cup, and it turned out really well for me. But every smoothie is different, so I don't usually measure things super precisely, but I want to try to because I want to be able to replicate my results. Okay, so let's see, what else have we got here? We got the red raspberries. And I'm kind of just going to add like half of this. My plan is to have this smoothie over a couple of days, or over 2 days at least. So I don't really mind adding like a ton of things. And also not everybody in my house eats everything very quickly. So the more that I can use up when it's fresh in this smoothie, the better for all of us, because then it doesn't just sit in the fridge and get gross. But I like to leave some stuff for everybody. Just to make sure that everybody gets it. Oh no. Okay. So that's just about half of it left. This is like a ton of blueberries, so I'm not going to use half of it, but I am going to use a couple of handfuls because I like blueberries. So what I'm doing here is, it's got the oat milk base, it's got a ton of fruit, and I'm going to try to make it really like sweet heavy because I love greens and everything, but whenever I have a smoothie that's really greens forward, it kind of like makes my teeth feel weird. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm eating grass or something if I just put like a lot of greens in there. So I'm trying to kind of sneak the greens in there, and it's not because I don't like them, it's just because the texture thing, I guess. And a little bit more blueberries. I like blueberries. I'm so New England, what can I do? All right, now I'm gonna put these aside and get them out of the way. All right, what else have we got here? This is some basil. This is the last of the basil from last week. I guess I kind of want to just throw the whole thing in, but I don't really want all these stems. You can eat the stems, obviously, but I just don't want it to be too much because of the thing that I just said. So I'm kind of just gonna do that. And then I'll put that aside and then throw it in the compost. I should have like a contest of how much I can do one-handed. This is like, because I'm kind of embarrassed by this, but it's also kind of funny. We're just watching myself try to do this with one hand. It's, oh goodness. All right. Yeah, we got a little bit more on here. I'm so glad that I was able to get my CSA. I mean, there's like a ton. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday, but they almost weren't able to deliver their goods because their truck got taken out. There we go. All right, that's, oh, I guess there's a little bit more on there. I don't want to waste anything, they worked so hard to get it to me. Okay, oh, hello, Merlin. And then I'm going to put this in my compost bin. Oh, I want to throw this in there sooner rather than later. This is half of a frozen banana. I got really lucky. I found at my local grocery store like a package of old bananas. And it was, I mean, it was in like plastic, which isn't great, but it was just like a bunch of bananas that were like about to go off, and the whole thing, it was like a pound of bananas for like $1. So I got it because that's the best kind to like really ripe bananas are the perfect kind to stick in the fridge. What I should have done though was peel it first, because I just cut them in half and put them in the freezer. Peel them first. It's a huge pain. All right, what else have we got here? Oh, these are those beautiful beets from yesterday. I'm not going to add them to the smoothie because I don't know if you can add raw beets to a smoothie. I usually roast my beets before I do anything with them. So I'm kind of going to leave those for now, but I want them. But I am going to use some of the greens though. I love beet greens. I also love any sort of vegetable that's like purple. I don't know. I'm very basic, I guess. So I'm going to stuff some of those beet greens in there. And maybe a little bit more. I don't know if this is true, but I always was told that anything that has like a color, like you want to eat colorfully, because the color is how you know the nutrient contents. So it's like if something is really green and really purple and really blue, you know that they all have different kind of like chemical profiles. And so if you want a more balanced nutritional profile, you want a bunch of colors. This is the carrot bundle from this week. I'm not going to use any of the carrots though, because I have some carrots from last week. And like I said, this is really kind of like a use it if you got it smoothie. So I would rather use up the old stuff to make room for the new stuff rather than use the new stuff now just because it's fresh. And also carrots do tend to keep for a little while. So I'll just use a little bit of those greens. Carrot greens can be kind of strong, so I'm going to leave those. And also because I wanted to leave some room for this kale. I don't think this came from this. Well, no, it definitely didn't come from the CSA. But I don't know where it came from because I didn't buy it. Oh no, it's all tangled in there. Oh no, they heard what I said about untangling stuff with one hand. Oh, there we go. It's because it was wrapped with a wire. That's why. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple of leaves of kale. And I love greens already. I'm not a person who like hates the taste of vegetables or anything like that. But I like greens especially because they are so nutritious. They just have so much like just packed in there. And also they tend to be really good for things like your hair. And you've probably noticed I do care a lot about my hair. I don't treat my hair as well as I should. But that's part of where this comes in, is like, it's another way for me to take care of my hair. All right, so I'm going to just break up some of this carrot. I could put it in whole, it'll get chopped up anyway, but I want to try to at least try to make it easier on the machine to do that. Meanwhile, over here is a small cucumber, which I'm excited. It's my first cucumber of the season. I got it from the CSA. I don't think I can snap that with my hands though, so I will just go ahead and cut it into like 4 pieces. Yeah, the more that things are kind of like uniform, the more that things are kind of like pre-processed when you put it in, the easier of a time that the machine will have. Yeah, but when I was a machinist, I learned a whole lot about how to take care of machines. Oh, look at this. This is so great. Okay, so I also want to use up the last of this right here. This is my strawberry basil and rhubarb syrup that I made, and I put it in an old bottle that I had. I keep just like whenever I end up with a cool bottle that seems easy to clean and is reusable, like it comes with its own cork or something, I like to just save it to put my syrups and whatnot in. Hello, Luna. Oh, there's Luna staring out at the meadow. Doesn't the meadow look so great right now? I cannot even believe it. All right, so this is not a whole lot, so I'm just gonna use up the rest of the strawberry basil syrup and just pour her on in there. Yay! There's nothing I love more than using stuff up. It's like, it gives me a rush like you wouldn't believe. And then I can move on to my blueberry basil syrup that I made, which I haven't really used yet because I've been using that one. Oh, and then also, this is like a me thing. I like to put some peanut butter and some cocoa powder into my smoothies. I just love peanut butter and chocolate. I think it's like, it makes a lot of things a lot better, flavor wise. And also they do bring something to the party. So the peanut butter will help the consistency of the smoothie to be more kind of creamy, which is what I prefer. Plus, if I only put in like a scoop, you know, that's actually kind of a lot. But yeah, if I only put that in and I drink this over a couple of days, I mean, that's about the same as having, you know, peanut butter toast. Peanut butter. And then the cocoa, oh no. I mean, obviously I would prefer to have like real all natural cacao that came from, you know, the Zapatistas or something. But this has just been up in my cabinet. And like I said, I like to use stuff up if I can help it. And it does happen to be 100% cacao. So I'm just going to give it a shake because it kind of clumps up in there. And like, not going to measure it. I'm kind of just going to shake a little bit in there. And I don't want to do too much because I don't want to overpower everything. But I do want it to be in, once it gets blended in there, I want it for it to be like well dispersed. So, all right. Now I'm going to pop this in there. And I'm going to keep the oat milk handy just in case this is not, in case it's like too thick. But yeah. The last time that I did this, 1 cup should have been plenty because everything also brings a lot of moisture to the table. So it should be good, but you never know. So I'm gonna, this is my Ninja blender, or my partner's Ninja blender, I should say. And this is an accessory for my carpet cleaner. It should not be right there. Probably shouldn't be there either, but anyway. It's on the smoothie setting already, and then I'm just going to tap it, and I'm gonna back up because it's gonna get loud. Take it out and I should have kept that spoon. I'll just open this carefully, putting it up like that so it doesn't drip all over the place, and then I'm just gonna put a straw in there. You know, it is kind of chunky, but it's not like too thick. It's just got a lot of bits in it. But I was kind of expecting that because all the stuff I put in there, like the raspberries, for example, they have, you know, the seeds in the middle and whatnot. So there was going to be a little bit of bite to it. So I'm actually okay with that. So I'm going to get out some jars, pour them in it, and put it in the fridge for breakfast today and probably tomorrow. And thank you so much for joining me on my smoothie journey. I try to do it every Friday. I don't always, but it's a really good way to use up a lot of stuff from the CSA very quickly before we forget about it in the fridge and it starts to go bad. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope that you make yourself a nice smoothie, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.